My Street Stories family, I'm back again today. So, a story I get asked about a lot, is my scars, the burns, what happened, why they call you Scarface. Now, for me, it's usually not something that I would talk about at length, because the story I'm going to tell you is a traumatic story. And, even to this day, this was 1983. So I was 5. I'm old. It was traumatic. And even over all these years, it's still traumatic. But I've grown and I've gotten stronger. So I feel I can tell the story now in a good way. So 1983, myself, my little brother Brandon, there was a house fire at my house, and long story short, me and my mother, my father, and my brother lived in a 3-story house on a street called John Street. And my father, he was a drinker and a drug addict. My mother was a drug addict, and again, I don't disparage them. I went through addiction. They were tortured souls. But that particular night, it just so happened my father is out at the bar. My mother's home. Some people have alleged my mother was drinking that night. I wouldn't have known. I was a child. I don't remember. Wouldn't surprise me because, again, they both struggled with addiction. I don't think it mattered, though. I don't think it played into it. My last memories of that night were me and my brother watching the Muppets. My last normal memories before the fire was me and my brother watching the Muppets. We did every night right before bed, we watched a TV show, and I don't know why, just for some reason it's locked in my mind that we were watching the Muppets. So we watched them. Mother took us up to bed. We were in separate rooms. And the next thing I remember, the memory I have, is hearing my brother yell loud. So my first instinct was that he was getting a whipping. And I was a kid, I was nosy. Plus I love my brother, so I figured I would try to take up for him. And I woke up and I go to my door of my bedroom, which is shut. I smell smoke. It's burning my eyes. It's real thick. And I look down at the doorknob and it's glowing. The doorknob of the bedroom is glowing orange. So I still reach for it. I was a kid. I didn't know no better. I was only 5 and it burnt me. But I still managed to just get it unlocked or open. As soon as I got out, the smoke in the hallway is so thick you can't see. I'm talking about thick. And my brother's room was directly across the hall. Still hear him yelling. So his door, the same thing. Doorknob is just on fire. And I took the leap and tried to open it, and I did. Smoke just rushes out. And, people that have been in burning buildings, I think the 9/11 stuff, if you hear some of the survivor stories, you'll hear it described how it is to be in thick smoke like that. It's terrifying. You can't see, can't feel, can't hear. But I could still hear my brother just muffled. So I get in his room and I'm like feeling around, and I just hear this loud crashing. I look up, the ceiling's on fire. It's the last thing I remember, and it caved in. I don't remember anything else from that night. But my cousin, he's a part of Street Beefs, he's part of the family. He lived a few houses down, and he tells me a piece of the story that I didn't know till a couple months ago. Him and his mother and stepfather ran up the street, and he said that they had me and my brother in body bags, out on the lawn. I didn't know that. I didn't know that they had put me in a body bag. But there was another guy there named Melvin Marks. I don't think Melvin's still alive, but if he is, Melvin, thank you. I owe you my life. Melvin had the presence of mind to try CPR on me again. And I guess it got me going. So that, I guess, revived me. I don't know the length of time. I don't know any of that. But they took me out of the body bag, put me on the stretcher, and I was taken by ambulance. They were going to try to make it to West Penn Burn Center in Pittsburgh, but the interstate and stuff just wasn't fast enough. I was dying in the back of the ambulance. So they actually landed Pegasus on the interstate and got me in Pegasus and flew me to West Penn Burn Center. So, again, I don't remember any of that. I just know from family recollection, etc. But I do know that I was in a coma for an extended period of time. I suffered burns over 65% of my body. So I woke up out the coma, and basically I didn't know anything that had happened. Anything. I just knew I was in a lot of pain. I was in this bed that had me covered in foam, and it spun head over heels. I guess that's to keep the circulation going so tissue and limbs don't die. I hated that thing. It was hot. It was uncomfortable. Like I said, it would rotate. And I was in that thing for months, dude. But I didn't find out my brother was dead till after I got out of the hospital. I asked about him all the time. My mother, because of what I was going through, just didn't have the heart to say, your brother's dead. So that's another story for another day. But I'll tell you, the fire and the loss of my brother was bad, but the recovery and the surgeries and the pain that came with it, worse. Not worse than the loss of my brother, don't mistake me, but pain-wise and mental trauma-wise, it was bad, dude. Skin grafts, anybody who's had skin grafts can tell you the donors, where they take skin grafts off your back, which I could show you. I'm going to try to show you, but you can see patches off my back. My whole backside's like that. They skin you like a buffalo. That is painful, because then they take and put these pieces of like plastic on it to heal it. Then that has to be pulled off daily. It's like freaking torture. But I'll tell you about my stuff in the hospital another time. That's the fire. That's how it happened. That's how my brother passed. My brother, for those that don't know, he died of smoke inhalation. To my knowledge, he did receive burns. His burns actually, believe it or not, weren't as many as mine. I was 65%. I think he was only like 40% when he was autopsied. But he had died of the smoke inhalation. And I praise Allah for that, because at least he passed from that before the fire got to him. Fire is hell. It's painful. Smoke inhalation. I know he's afraid, and that part makes me sad, but I'm just glad that it wasn't fire in itself. So my brother, I know, is in heaven. That brings me joy. This world can be painful. It's a painful place. It's not meant to be heaven. It's not meant to be a nice existence. And I praise Allah that my brother got to escape this at an early age, and most certainly went to heaven. So, I miss him, and I hate that he's gone, but I'm glad that he left young and he got to go to a good place. So that's my story of how I got burned and the loss of my brother. I will be back with one other piece of this in a moment. I'm going to talk about the hospital stay afterwards. So thanks for everybody that subscribed. Comment below in the comments, and we appreciate y'all. Peace.